Hey guys, welcome back. Now let's talk about the time control of training games and how often you should play them. Now, the most important thing when we talk about the time control of your training games is that you need to know what time control your real games are in, right? What are you training for? Where are you trying to excel? Is it blitz? Is it rapid? Is it classical chess? Do you want to play over the board more? Do you want to play online, right? That depends a lot. And then depending on what your real games are, you can decide what time control your training game should be. And now just a little reminder, I hope this is very clear to everyone coming up to this point in this course. Bullet is only fun, okay? I'm not the right guy. If you want to excel in Bullet and you think you need training, I'm not the right guy, okay? Whatever you learned before, that's not really applicable for Bullet. So Bullet is really just, skill, quick mouse. It's about, extremely quick tactical thing. But for me, it's not real chess. It's not chess that you're really training for. It's not chess that you're really writing a training plan for. It is just, a fun endeavor, and it can be, your hobby or whatever, but it shouldn't be something that you play training games for. So in general, be aware that the shorter the game, the more you try to improve tactical intuition. The longer the game, you can also try to improve positional mastery and calculation. So if the shortest time control that we say, okay, we'll play some training games is maybe 3+0, okay, that's a very quick form of blitz. There you really focus on tactical intuition. What does that mean? Well, you don't really have a lot of time to think for every move. So you really just have these 5-second thoughts, and you want to spot quick tactics. Can I make a fork? Can I win a piece? Can I, all these things, and just see for the opponent, when I do this move, do I lose a piece? Do I lose to a fork? Do I give checkmate threats? Do I whatever? Yeah, it's just very quick, and it's not even that you ask yourself these questions, but it's just automatically in a way. So that's what we train if we play blitz. If we want to train other things than that, then most likely you should go to train a little bit longer games. Long games for me is starting when we talk about maybe 10+5. It's quite a quick rapid game. Then you can play 15+10, and everything above is much more focused on positional mastery, positional ideas, really having the time to use the right thought process. Okay, what is their idea? What are my candidate moves? All these things, this takes time, and it's basically impossible to use in a blitz game. And also longer calculations, right? Again, in a blitz game, we can't, have these, 5-move deep calculations. Maybe also in the end game, we just make a move usually, right? If there is a pawn race, we just move our pawn up the board and we hope that it works, right? So if you want to learn calculation, especially in end game where you're very short on time, especially in blitz, you want to play more rapid games. You want to play maybe even longer rapid games so that you can improve that. So in this way, you really understand a little bit, okay, different time control means we learn different things depending on the skill we want to train, depending on the game we want to excel in. We need to choose the time control. Okay, so here is a general guideline for you of what I would suggest if you want to excel in classical chess. For example, OTB is always over the board chess, okay? So that means it should be blitz or rapid games, okay? Blitz, if it's really for classical, I think you should, have a little bit longer blitz. Also, in general, the higher your rating, the easier you can learn when the game is faster. But if you're just starting out, or if you've never really, trained in that way, well, you maybe want to start with rapid games, right? Because blitz will overwhelm you. It's so quick. You cannot really get something out of it than for the classical games. So I would say if you are below 1500 rated, then use for sure rapid games if you want to excel in classical over the board games. And once you break that barrier of 1500, you maybe feel a little bit more confident, and you realize, okay, I can also, apply some of the ideas in the openings that I play. I can see some basic tactics. I don't just blunder all the time when I play 3-minute or 5-minute chess. Then you can also go to blitz as I write here, 5+3 is a nice, blitz time control where you still have some time. So we always want to be able to learn something. So if you realize, oh, it's too quick and I just blunder all the time, my quality is so low, then increase the time and give yourself a little bit more time for thought. If you want to improve in Rapid, and that can be over-the-board Rapid, that can be online Rapid, I recommend Rapid or Blitz. Certainly, you shouldn't do longer than what your game will be in. So there's no reason to train with classical games to ask a friend, well, let's play a 1.5 hour game, when then online you want to play 10+5 chess, right? So you don't need to keep it longer, but with Rapid you can either just use the exact same Rapid time control that you will also have during the games that you take even a little bit more serious, or you can use some Blitz games because it's already closer to the Rapid skills. Especially if you feel, for example, oh, I'm bad when I get low on time in Rapid. Well, maybe you can force yourself to play a little bit of Blitz to, calm your nerves a little bit more when you are lower on time in Rapid, because you get more used to it by playing Blitz. And then if you just think, okay, I just want to focus on my Blitz chess, that's the most important thing for me, then I don't recommend playing any Rapid or classical training games. Then you want to just focus on playing Blitz, playing the same time control and getting something out of it. And then as I discussed earlier, then you should really focus more on, easy tactics, and you don't need that deep calculation because in a Blitz game you simply don't have time for it. A general idea is to always add increment to the games, because this just avoids the stupid flagging. It can be very fun. Again, you see your opponent maybe tilt and you just you have one pawn left and you somehow flag him and they have rook and queens and everything. It can be fun and give some adrenaline in the short term, but it's not really improving your chess. So unless you are really training for specific 3+0 Blitz, I want to really excel there, then okay. But I guess if you bought this course and if you studied already so much of this course, you probably want to improve either some Rapid chess or maybe some classical chess, whatever it is. Add increment, because this helps you to still produce decent moves even if you're low on time, and we really want to focus on improving our chess. And well, if we just blunder all the pieces because our time is running out, that's not really a skill problem, but that's more a time problem, and we can't really take anything out of it. Okay, how many training games should you play? So before we talk about the exact amount, I want to tell you, playing and analyzing is extremely powerful. Okay, this is really important to know. Playing and analyzing, be it real tournament games or training games, or if you just play online, those two are very similar or maybe the same for you. So playing on your serious account that is on Lichess mostly, I would recommend with your, you have your Lichess studies, the openings and everything. So you have a serious playing account, and there this is very powerful if you do it the right way. If you play and analyze, you train all sections at the same time, right? You train the openings because you play your own openings. Then you train the tactics. There is always tactics. You train some positional chess because there are some ideas after the opening. You maybe feel uncomfortable in a certain middle game, and then you can, actually I need to learn some more plans for that middle game. And then maybe there is an end game that you can also see if you know something, or if you don't know, I never hold the Philidor position in this rook end game. Okay, probably I should go back to the end game basics, maybe learn the Philidor rook end game if this is for your level, and so on. So with playing plus analyzing, but the analyzing is really so important. Playing without analyzing is no training at all. Okay, playing plus analyzing can be extremely powerful. And what you should for sure avoid, even if you have very, very little time, is to avoid getting rusty. So if there is a possibility of getting, 1 or 2 games in every weekend, even if you don't do too much other things than just playing and analyzing, this can keep you a little bit in chess. You keep the motivation there, you have a little bit of competition, but make sure really to not think too much about the rating. It's just about not getting away from playing some games for like 3 months, and then you get back and you're like, oh my god, I feel so bad, I feel so rusty, I don't see anything, I feel bad to play when it goes for rating and so on. So you want to keep in shape in a way and try to get at least some games in every week if possible. This is a rule. We will talk about the specific percentages of what you should exactly do in the training plan section. So later on you will realize how important this is, but this is just a rule of thumb. If you can keep it around 1/3, around 30%, playing plus analyzing, that is very useful. As I said, the analyzing is the very, very important part of it. If you just play without analyzing, that's actually not counting for training at all. So playing plus analyzing can make 1/3 of the training, depending obviously always on your personal situation, but around there you're not doing anything wrong. And even if it's a little bit more, if you really do the analyzing right, because this includes also improving your opening play, maybe taking notes for the end game play and so on. So you train all the sections at the same time, then you can even do maybe 40% if you like. Okay, so now you know how to play training games, how to focus well, and you know which time controls could be suitable for you. Try out some time controls according to my suggestions and try what percentage works for you. Try to keep it around 30%. And once more, it's very important, the analyzing must be in there. If not, it's no training. So now that we know how to play training games, let's move on. And in the next video, we'll talk about analyzing your games, be it training games or real games in tournaments. See you in the next video.